So a customer had seen a video that I did on the Yaesu YO 100 station monitor, and after seeing the video he had to have one. So he rushed out, got on eBay and found one at a fairly decent price and ordered it. However, when it came in, appears to be some damage. If you notice, the intensity knob is broken, and the whole back of the sweep frequency knob is gone. Should have a bezel on it, and part of that bezel, as you can see, zoom in on it, is broken off as well. So it looks like the shipping company gave it a little bit of rough treatment. Also, if I power it on, we'll give it just a minute to warm up. Does not seem to be any trace at all. On the display. Buttons are a little sticky. Got the intensity all the way up. But there is nothing at all on the screen. So we're going to have to crack this open and take a look and see if anything inside is damaged, or if we have some components that's failed. It was listed as working, but at the price he got it at, he decided to see if we could just fix it. We can find some replacement knobs and put on it. So let's crack this puppy open and see what we got. That's one thing I noticed. Somebody has put new knobs on the bottom of it, but as you can see, they left the screw pretty long. So you can see it's about a ½ inch long. Shouldn't be no more than about 4 or 5 millimeters going through there. That's not a good thing to put long screws in the bottom of a piece of test equipment. You never know what it's going to hit inside. I know I cannot get the case off with these screws in there. Well, with the case off, I have looked around and I'm not seeing anything that is broken free or causing any problems. I was going to start taking some voltage measurements. I've got the unit plugged in, but just so you can see, if you look in the hole in the top of the CRT, there's a shield around it, you can see the filaments are burning. And here's something else I want to show you that was pretty interesting about this unit. So you can see the power lights on, but there's no display. But watch this. See that little blip come up right there at the end of my finger. So the trace is trying to work. So we got a couple of issues to look at. So on the back of the tube we have this socket. It could be a bad connection on one of these wires. It could be the pins inside the socket. It could be the pins coming out of the CRT. You know, the wires extrude from the glass and they go into the socket that's mounted and soldered in. It could be that one of the pins has broke free from the tube itself. Could be a bad connection inside one of the tube elements. Or at this moment it could be something else inside the chassis. So I'll turn it around and reposition the counter. Yeah, we can see it there. Okay, just yeah, randomly tapping on the unit anywhere does make the CRT trace come up, but you know, it's hard to tell where it's at the moment. So what we're going to do is remove the CRT and set it aside from the main unit. That way we can tap the main unit, or we can tap on the tube and see where the problem lies at. Okay, I have the CRT out of the unit, and I have the shield off of it. And I want to also remind you that if you try this at home, you do so at your own risk. There are lethal voltages here, and it can kill you. I just want to let you know that when you're doing, working with high voltage, always be safe. Alright, I'm going to do a little tap on the tube. Okay, I don't know if y'all are seeing that or not. Yep. You can see the little green come up, and tapping on the case does nothing. This is a rubber screwdriver, so it shouldn't break the glass. But tapping on the back of the tube is causing the trace to appear. Tapping up on the neck closer does not cause it to work, but only on the back near the socket. Alright, I think at this time what I'm going to do is pull this connector off the back and reflow the solder joints on the back of the tube, and pull out all the connectors out of the socket and check those. Okay, all the connections have been reflowed. I've checked all the pins, cleaned all the female sockets in the tube socket. They are removable by just removing a few screws off the back of the socket. You can pull each individual wire out and check the continuity on them, and they're all fine. So it looks like this problem, yep, still flashing. So I'm seeing that the problem is in the tube itself. So as you can see, this is a Hitachi tube that they used, in case you're curious. All the pins got reflowed, so there shouldn't be no problem there. So it looks like either there's a separation inside the socket itself, or there's something gone faulty in this tube. So what I think I'm going to try to do, and I done talked to the owner, and he said go ahead because it's not working like it is. I'm going to suck out all the solder out of these pins, and then I'm going to try to heat this socket and break this epoxy loose and see if I can get this socket off the back of the tube, and that way we can see if any of the pins has broke off the glass. Well, I couldn't get the glue to come loose, and I didn't want to risk cracking the tube, so what I did was just took my cut-off wheel and cut it off, and then got all the solder out and pulled the end of the socket off. That way if the tube, if it's one of these pins were broken going into the tube, it would still be repairable. I could just epoxy it all back together. But unfortunately, as you can see, all the wire is still intact, nothing broken loose, everything is still present. So what that means is somewhere internal in the tube, one of these connectors on the other end has broken free. Oh well, it was worth a shot. So I guess now I'll have to get on the internet and see if we can't find one of these Hitachi tubes. I know they were using other products besides the YO-100. A couple of old oscilloscopes had them in it. So we'll be checking that out and see if we can find one and get a replacement tube and get it back to the customer. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like I say, this was just a shot in the dark to try to repair, but ain't much you can do with the inside of a tube. where there's a element has come loose. Check it out. We have a trace. And test 1 2, test 1 2, check 1 2, 1 2, and it's working. Nope, not the same tube. There's the old tube. And there's the new tube. So I happen to have one in stock and did not know it. And started checking around and found it. And got it installed, and the old YO 100 is back working. So should be another happy customer. Anyway, just wanted to throw this in before I retire for the day. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. You know, sometime we'll take chances on what we're looking at, and we found out this one is no good. So it's a good paperweight. Anyway, we'll catch you next time.